Go.
5-1 Notre Dame at 5-0 Louisville tonight from L&N Federal Credit Union Stadium. That's what we're looking at behind me right now in Louisville, Kentucky. And for Fighting Irish Preview and fightingirishpreview.com, I'm Phil Hauk, and these are my final thoughts just before kickoff. Third straight ranked opponent, ranked and undefeated, I might add, that the Irish are going to face this year. And next week, there may well be a fourth one. USC is in the queue next up, but we're not going to talk about them right now. I did a little research in the media guide last night, and I found that since 1970, that's 53 seasons I went over, Notre Dame has faced 3 consecutive ranked opponents 9 other times, and on one occasion in the year 2000, they actually played a ranked opponent 4 weeks in a row. So that's a total of 31 games. That's really draining on a football team to play that high a level of football week after week after week and be at your emotional and physical best. In those 31 football games, in those 10 years where they played all these consecutive teams in a row, Notre Dame's record 18-13. 18 wins, 13 losses. That's not great. It's not horrible, but it's not great, and it kind of tells you something. It's really difficult to stay emotionally focused from week to week, 1 week after another after another. 2 games the last 2 weeks have just been emotionally gut-wrenching for the Irish. Difficult physical games. I've had a great football coach friend of mine tell me one time that you can't get your team at its emotional height 2 weeks in a row. Human nature won't allow that. So you have to get them to the optimum level. So you do have to be looking a little bit ahead on your schedule to keep your team at the right emotional level. That's something to keep a watch on tonight for these Irish, because they've got another third straight emotional and physical game challenge here tonight. I think this one's going to come down to quarterback play tonight. Louisville's quarterback is really experienced. He's in his 5th year. This will be the 3rd time he's played Notre Dame, 3 times in a row with 3 different teams. 2 years ago, he was at Purdue, and he started against Purdue. He lost that game by 10 points, I think. And then last year, he was at Cal, and he lost again to Notre Dame. And this year, now he's back with his old Purdue coach, Jeff Brom, who's in his 1st year here at Louisville. And he's in his 5th year. He's played in 38 games. He's got a lot of experience, but you know what? So does Sam Hartman. We all know that. Sam has now started in excess of 50 football games in his career, and Hartman's a better quarterback. He's more accurate. He is a little bit better runner. Jack Plummer is not going to run the football very much tonight. He can run, but there won't be any planned runs out of him in this game tonight. So quarterback play, advantage Notre Dame. I kind of look to or expect to see Jack Plummer maybe get pressured into throwing an interception or 2. The other factor that I think that'll be in Notre Dame's favor tonight, it's strength in the trenches. That's a little bit of a cliche, I get it, but on both sides of the line, Notre Dame is stronger. Louisville does have a good defensive line, there's no question about that, but Notre Dame's offensive line, one of the best in the country, didn't play great last week, but they're really good, and I expect to see them rebound here tonight, play well. That's a strength for Notre Dame. And Notre Dame's defensive line, Javonte Jean-Baptiste playing at a super high level, putting pressure on the quarterback, but Howard Cross III, 13 tackles last week for a defensive lineman. That just never happens. He was the national player of the week by several outlets, named him the national player at all positions, the best college player in the country last week for that performance that he had against Duke. Kind of cool weather conditions here tonight. Temperatures will start at kickoff in about the high 50s, but it is a beautiful day for football. Virtually no chance of rain. The Irish are 6-point favorites here tonight. I think those advantages that I talked about, quarterback play and advantages in the trenches, will help the Irish tonight. That gives them the advantage. So I say lay those 6 points, and I'm picking Notre Dame 31, Louisville 20 tonight. And so check out fightingirishpreview.com, and we're all over social media. Check out our new website. It's really pretty slick, and we're proud of it. And folks, that's what I got for you in my final thoughts before the game. And for Fighting Irish Preview, fightingirishpreview.com, I'm Phil Hauk, and I will talk to you after the game.